pay for it, but it will devalue everything that we have in this country and cause us to have an absolute catastrophic financial meltdown. In Zimbabwe, places like that, you know, they changed Rhodesia to Zimbabwe, the socialists took over. And now you can have 50 million of what their dollars would be. You can't buy anything. It's not worth it. Literally, you ever heard something that's not paper that's worth the paper it's printed on? The Zimbabwe currency is not worth the paper that it's written on. So I hope that we don't end up in that kind of situation too. And it is a very dangerous thing, and I want you to know, I think the answer is to elect people that won't continue to put debt and burden on your generation.
Hi, Congressman Franks. My name is Kim Kaufman. I moved here in 2005 from California. I want you to know what a blessing it is to have a representative who is a conservative, who follows the Constitution. Coming from California, this is a very new and dear thing. When I say the Constitution, that is the critical point of everything we're discussing tonight, regardless of your party, regardless of your ideology, regardless of what issue you brought with you tonight you think is important. What is important is the United States Constitution, because it is the only barrier between you, every single one of you, me, and our federal government. When a federal government is allowed to grow to the extent we've allowed it to grow, the only thing that can result, the only thing human history has taught us, is that despots and dictators rule, and we're no longer free. It's tyranny.
No, you're so right. You know.
Sir, I have a specific question on health care with respect to the Constitution. Article 1, Section 8 gives the legislative branch of government 17 enumerated powers. None of those enumerated powers have national health care anywhere in them. By what authority does this federal government think it can legislate a national health care system? It can't. It's unconstitutional. Thank you.
I completely agree with you. I've made that argument both on the floor and in the debate all the time that this is not something that the Constitution even empowers us to do. Unfortunately, we've gone so far beyond that now that it's very frightening to me. And I'm a member of the Constitution Committee so that we can protect it. Go ahead.
There is no unfortunately. That's the beauty of the Constitution. You guys don't, Nancy Pelosi doesn't get to say that it's constitutional. That's the beauty of the document. We, the people, have the power to enforce that government to adhere to that contract.
I'm all for it. You, the people, need to start electing people that respect the Constitution.
Yeah. More than that, we will march on Washington and have our voices heard. You represent us. You cannot dictate to us what the terms of that Constitution is.
Well, again,
on September 12th, we will march on Washington. You will
I hope you do, and I'll help you come, okay? I want you to be there. Let me just say to you that I don't think there's any disagreement between you and me on this issue. Yeah, no, I understand. I appreciate that. She says there's no disagreement. She's just frustrated, and I understand. You know, I'm constantly, right on the back of my card, I'll tell you what, I can give it to you by memory. On the back of my business card is a quote by Daniel Webster, because I believe this issue is so important. He said this, he said, hold on, my friends, to the Constitution and to the republic for which it stands. For miracles, he's talking about America, miracles do not cluster. And what has happened once in 6,000 years may never happen again. So hold on to the Constitution, for if the American Constitution should fall, there will be anarchy throughout the world. Wow. And when I raised my hand as a member of Congress that I would support and defend the Constitution against domestic and foreign enemies, I have tried desperately to do that. And let me tell you, the greatest danger to our Constitution today is those people on the courts that are given the charge to protect the Constitution have become its greatest enemies. And I will say to you that if this electorate, if the people of the United States intend to protect the Constitution, they better elect presidents that will appoint justices that have fealty and loyalty to the U.S. Constitution.
I'd like to make, just if you excuse me just a moment, I'd like to make a statement. I know there's a lot of people that leaving, all these questions are important. There are two people here, one person who is going to give you an example of how an individual can change things. Now I know that's been a question that a lot of people have asked, so please stay and listen to that individual. There's another individual that says he can tell you how to fix the healthcare program. That's going to be worth waiting, hanging around just a few more minutes to listen to, right? Okay.
Okay. Did what the woman over there said. I moved from California in 2005. Glad to be out of my home state. But our Constitution is being shredded.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what? I'm going to go, is Acorn around? Because I'm going to say right here, it is Obama and his thugs who are ruining our country. It is illegal czars. It is George Soros. It is Pelosi. It is all the thugs who are taking over our country and destroying our Constitution. I've never spoken out like this before in my life. But dang it, we have got to impeach Obama now. I'm a little bit upset with you. On Sunday, I read WorldNet Daily where you said you were going to start the procedure on Obama to prove that he was ineligible. The next day, you changed your mind. I want to know why. I have been on this man since last year, ever since he swore in as a senator on the Quran. Gives him the right in our country to use the Quran for his Muslim. Anyway, no, I'm not a liar. But I just want to know why you changed your mind. He's got to be taken out.
Certainly, I didn't change my mind. Let me just tell you what happened so that you all know. It was in the newspaper earlier today, or at least some of the news today. When we were up in Kingman, we did a town hall like this one, and people talked to me about the citizenship of Barack Obama. What a lot of people don't know is people brought me information that indicated, or at least seemed to indicate, that Barack Obama was not a citizen of the United States when he was born, or he wasn't born a citizen. So I took this information, I thought, well, this is pretty serious, and I take my oath to the Constitution very seriously, and I have a responsibility to vote to ratify the election returns. And I said, I can't do that until I find this out. And so I did a great deal of research, and we found, I mean, even though we found a lot of conflicting information, we found newspaper records in Hawaii 2 years after it became a State of the Union, showing that Barack Obama was indeed born in Hawaii. I was going to make a lawsuit at that time. Now, that was months and months ago. That was right after the election. When I learned this, I realized that that was simply not a viable option anymore. And then I also recognized that if we were to vacate the last election and get rid of Barack Obama and Mr. Biden, I don't want to forget his name, the president then would be Nancy Pelosi. And so I decided not to pursue any lawsuit because, number one, I believed that he was born in America. And what some reporter up in Kingman wrote was that he thought that I was planning on doing it now, and that was not true. We'd already made that. If you look at my website, you've been very clear the whole time. I didn't change my mind in any way. So there was just a false report there, and so I had to correct that. It was not any change of mind.
2 seconds here. I don't care if he's born in Hawaii or not. He is a dual citizenship. His mother could not confer her citizenship to him because of the age differences, and I don't have it already down. His father was not a citizen. It takes two people, two parents, to be a natural-born citizen.
No, it doesn't.
Listen,
It does not.
maybe it should be that way. Maybe it should be that way. But unfortunately, if there's somebody, let me give you probably the ultimate example. If 2 illegal aliens come to America and have a child, we confer citizenship on that child because they were born in America. And I told somebody, if you could show me where Barack Obama was born outside of this country, I would immediately sue. And I meant that. But what we found out instead was that he was indeed born in America. And I tell you what, can I just go on record saying, I'm sorry that it worked out that way. I really am.